Hi there everybody, it's UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator Halsey here from slimandstylish.stampingup.net. Thank you so much for joining me today and happy Easter. This is my Easter card for this year. So I'm going to be using the Everyday Detail stamp set and I'm going to use these eggs in the nest down the bottom. Now, normally I have bunnies and normally I have something that says Easter, but I wanted it to be a slightly classier card this year and probably a little more subtle. So I'm sending it to everyone for Easter and spring. So I've popped my nest and my eggs onto a block and I'm going to be using Memento with this because I will be coming in with the Stampin' blends. So you want to ink up this. Okay, this has got such a lot of detail. It's a really pretty stamp. Stamp it down and I'm stamping it towards the corner, probably about 1 centimetre from each side or 1/4 inch from each side. And when you lift it up, there we are. How cute is that? It's so much detail in it. I have fallen in love with this. So I'm going to be using some soft suede now as a blend, and I'm using the dark blend just to add a little bit of detail around that basket and the nest, and just getting into a few of the individual stick pieces. I'm then going to come in with the light soft suede and I'm going to blend that all together so that we get a nest that's full. Okay, and it looks really sort of like a happy nest. So I used the fine tip end for the straggly bits on the dark, and I'm using the brush tip for the main big bit of the light blend. Okay, once you've done that, add some colour into the foliage. So I'm using some light old olive to get into where the leaves are. And this is Lost Lagoon, and this is for where the sprucey bits are. Once you've done that, it's time to colour the egg. So I'm using dark and light pool party here, and you can see that I am going over the one side with the dark a lot more than the others to create a really cool shading effect, okay? And the other part I'm just leaving as it is. Next up, I've got Bubble Bath, and I'm doing exactly the same with that. I'm using the light all over, and then I'm going in with the dark just to create some definition on the corner, and then spreading it back out again. And finally, the last colour, this is Lemon Lolly, and I'm doing the same here. On with the light, on with the dark, over with the light to spread it over, and it just creates some really cool shading. Next up is the sentiment. Like I said, I am not going to be using a Easter stamp this time. I'm going to be using this one, wishing you so much joy on this special day. I'm going to stamp it in the top left-hand corner so that it's the opposite to where the nest is. And then once I've done that, I'm going to be looking to join these two together with a frame. Now, you can use a die for your frames and things like that, but I'm just going to be using my Stampin' Right marker. And this is in the basic black. And I am just dropping myself a dot about 1 centimetre in on each corner. And I am going to join them together, but I'm not going to go over my images. So I'll go in between where there is a gap, but I will not go over any of the images. And keep going with this, and I'm using the thicker brush side. Now you can do this with the thin right side, and that's cool too, but I wanted this to be a really deep, deep line. You can see I waved it out. No specific formula to this, it's just joining the two dots together. And then I'm going to be using my blending brushes to add some definition to the sides. So I'm coming in with Lemon Lolly, which was the nice yellow colour that we used on the eggs. And I'm grabbing my blending brush. Now you want to start off the paper and start on the grid paper, okay? So get this inked up, use it on the grid paper, and then bring it over onto your card. And you can see there, it's just adding some colour onto the side of my card. Now, I'm not going over my frame. I am just going towards the bottom, so it actually stays on the sides and not in the main picture. And I could have gone all the way round the card, but I've decided not to with this one. I'm just doing the left-hand side and the bottom. I quite liked it. I thought it added just a bit of definition. Now what you can do is you can go more and more and make it darker and darker, up to you. Keep going until you get the shade you want. But I'm quite happy with how it is now. So I'm going to adhere this to my base cardstock. So this is a piece of A4. It's already been cut in half and now scored in half, and I'm going to adhere the front piece onto it. I'm just using my Stampin' seal for that. Pop one along all the edges and stick it onto the base. Now you can decorate this with any embellishments that you want to. I'm going to be using these iridescent rhinestones. I think they're fun. Always liked these. And they're see-through but still add a little bit of something. So add these onto your card. I'm going to be adding 3, 1 big, 2 little. And there we are. My card all finished. What do you think? A simple Easter card without it being too Easterfied. I like it. Thanks everybody for watching. Please subscribe for more crafty inspiration if you enjoyed this video. And also let me know if you liked it. Give me a thumbs up. That would be really appreciated. All items, as always, are available from my store, slimandstylish.stampingup.net. Thanks for joining today. Bye.